Today I'm going to be attempting one of my wackier ideas. I'm going to visit 9 of the new Walmart EV charging locations in Tampa Bay. And you're coming with me. And we're gonna do it in this, a 2024 Kia Niro. It's not exactly a charging behemoth, but let's see if it works. I'm excited to see what it does, but remember, this is Tampa. Who knows what the weather will be like by the time we get there and throughout the day. So stick around to see if we're able to visit all 9 and what's going on. Stick around. This charge session started here, waiting on the ABB A400 to receive payment authorization. And there it is, plug in to charge. So let's get out and head in to get charged. All right, so let's plug into charge. We'll grab the ABB A400 connector, bring it up here, and get it plugged in. And we don't need a huge charge right here, just enough to get us over to Lutz. But let's see how this goes. I think I heard it lock. See what the ABB's doing. All kinds of clicks.
Charging started.
Oh, that's right, it's a Kia. Charging started. I guess I only thought the EGMPs did that. All right, so we're at 20%, going to get up to about 30% or so, and then we'll be on our way. Let's check out this location. This is the original Walmart EV charging location in the state of Florida. So 4 ABB A400s, all in a row here. The last one is accessible in front of this rather unique Walmart Supercenter. It's unique because it only has a single vestibule. I noticed that from Jim's video that we featured on our channel. So good location here. You'll notice that as we came in, it's towards the rear of the parking lot, but you kind of get really close, and you're front and center once you're up here. So this right here might be one of their locations where they will want to test their ability to prevent icing, but certainly has not been an issue this morning. So all right, checking out the transformer and switch gear, 1500 kVA, along with the ABB equipment that we've seen at most of these sites. Not all of them, but this looks pretty standard for a Walmart EV charging install. All right, so our quick session here is finished in Lakeland, Florida. So we're going to return this. We'll get some stats here. Only went up to 30%, $3.28, peak speed, 84 kilowatts. Oh boy, it's gonna be a fun day in the Kia Niro. But again, on a deep charge, I'm excited to see what it can do. So stick around for that. Let's get out of Lakeland and head to Lutz, Florida and Supercenter 988. All right, just so you can see what we're working with here in the Kia Niro, we're going to run off of a better route planner. It is currently attached and tethered via Bluetooth through an OBD2 dongle, getting live statistics. Those I could show up on my phone up there, but right now I'm just really kind of focused in on that number right there. So something may have happened. A better route planner said 30% to get me there with about 10% left in the battery. That has not happened here on I-4. So we're still going to try and get to Lutz, and if we have to, you know, duck off early, that's no big deal. But I think we can make it, especially once we get off of I-4. I think we'll see that number get closer to 5%. This should be the only time that we have to worry about this today. Alright, so we just arrived at Supercenter 988 in Lutz, Florida. It might be Land O'Lakes, Florida. But either way, we're going to get this charging session underway here. This is going to be a deep charge in a Kia Niro, so patience will be a virtue. So to make sure that we have everything correct, we go to EV. Just want to verify, click on that. Yep, we're going to 80%. So let's get out and let's get charging. All right, so here we are. This is a great location. Can't wait to share it with you. Pull through parking and everything. So let's get this underway. We're gonna go ahead and get everything situated with the Niro, which is a lot with those two tabs. Get the CCS ready, and then we will plug it in. So we did come in with a state of charge of 7%, which was better than what it was looking like it was going to be there for a minute. Luckily, I-4 slowed way down. All right, so let's get the camera app going here. And remember, we found out with our interview with Adam Hapel, this in the very near future will be all for naught, as credit card readers are coming to Walmart EV charging. I know a lot of you are looking forward to that. I think I kind of am too. This isn't a barrier for me, but obviously convenience is convenience. So if we take a look here, 46 cents per kilowatt hour is our price, and we're getting 10% off here as well. Let's check out the screen. All right, she just said charging started. Thank you, ma'am. All right, so we're gonna do, I guess, something of a ramp up here. Again, we might get 85. I think I read online maybe 100 kilowatts at the most if conditions are ideal. I doubt they're ideal. So again, 46 cents. Trying to get to 80 kilowatts here. Let's see if there's anything under charge details. I don't think that they really do a chart on the ABBs. Yeah, no graph here, but there is some good information here. So we can go ahead and let this charge. It's going to take quite a bit of time, so let's take a look around. This is a beautiful location. All right, so just taking a look around here, the first thing you'll notice is we have pull-through parking here in Land O'Lakes at Supercenter 988. Everything looks really, really good. Very, very clean. One of my favorite features here that I've never seen anywhere else. There's even a cart park, or a trolley park, whatever you want to call it, right here for EV drivers. That's pretty funny. I don't think that's what that's for. I think it's just there because that's where it needed to go, but that's pretty awesome. So pull through parking, everything here looks really, really good, except for one thing. I'm noticing in the app and on PlugShare that this return connector thing is showing up a lot with these ABB units. So I'm wondering what that is. Oh, that's already damaged. Look at that. Wow. Huh. So maybe already some wear and tear on these ABB units. I mean, you can already kind of see that peeling off right there, but wow. Okay, that's not good. So maybe Walmart can get ABB out here to replace that, or a technician or something, but that's something, and that's not the only one. We can come down here. All right, this one says the same thing. Charge done, return connector. Well, that one doesn't look, that one doesn't, well, yeah, it is. Is it cracked? I can't tell. Maybe not. But plug it back in. Huh. So Interesting. I don't know what that's about, but it looks like ABB might have something to work on here with these NACS handles and their ports. And I just noticed something kind of unusual on this ABB with the broken NACS connector that says return charger. Listen. But no one's charging. That's interesting. Huh. Again, this is one of my first experiences with these units, so I don't know really what to expect, but that doesn't seem quite right. Something here is definitely, they're going to have to take a look at, and I'm sure they will. All right, back here in the Kia Niro, we are 27 minutes into this charging session, and really won't move the, there we go. You can see right there we have about 17 minutes to go. We're at 60%. So again, we're not setting any records, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to look at the OBD2 to see what's going on here. The voltage, I thought it would be higher than that, but it's 381. ABRP showed it as 400, so I'm a little shocked there. 152 amps going into this thing. That is just wow. But that allows that temperature right there, 93 minimum, 107 max. That's a wide variant compared to the Blazer EV. But 107 max is actually really low compared to where the Blazer EV would be right now, obviously, because that's a 500 amp vehicle. This one is sub 200 maybe. I'm not quite sure, but everything here seems to be clicking along as it should. I was curious to see if they could get it done in 40 minutes. Might be able to. If it is able to get it done in 40 minutes, that gives it a similar charge time to the Blazer EV. But remember, the Blazer EV has a battery pack that is about 20 kilowatt hours bigger. So we'll just have to see. This vehicle is a little bit more efficient though, so it does kind of make up for what it lacks in battery size, at least compared to Ultium vehicles, which is not a high mark either way, but still. We'll check back in just a moment. All right, so back here in the Niro EV, we're going to go ahead and call it here because, yeah, it's 77%, but we have really just kind of crashed here. We're down to 27 kilowatts and it keeps flashing check ESC and then goes away. So I'm going to go ahead and say that's done because, yeah, there it is right there. I don't know what that's all about. It'll go away. Doesn't seem to be a problem. But anyway, so 43 minutes. That was the time of the Blazer stress test. So 46 kilowatt hours dispensed. So, yeah, not great charging, obviously, with this vehicle, but not the worst either. Again, 7% to 77%, 44 minutes. It's fine. It's a rental. Let's go ahead and stop it. All right, unlocked. Come back over here. Put it back into place. Couple of stats there again. Average speed was 85. Wow. All right, so I think on this, the bottom has to go in first, then the top, and we're off to Newport Richey.
Next time on the Tampa tour of Walmart EV charging, 7 sites remain to be visited. Can I make it to all of them before the weather takes a turn? Were the NACS issues in Lutz a fluke? Or is Florida telling us something about these chargers? Stay tuned for part 2 coming up soon.